And then, baby, everything went black.
It's that time. I've decided to call it a sketchbook. Dang it. I've decided to call it a sketchbook share instead of a sketchbook tour. Because tour sounds weird. It sounds like I'm showing you a house or something and wanting you to buy it, which I don't. I want to share it with you because it's mine and I just wanted to show it to you and to show you what I've been doing in my life and art-wise. Since this is an art channel and I share my sketchbooks and that's what I do here. Also, I have kind of two sketchbooks because I was working on two at the same time, so I don't know if I'll show this one in the same video. So this sketchbook is my, this started like late July, so this was still summertime. This is a sketch that I started with to sort of start off the sketchbook. I'm very nervous about first pages because first pages are kind of stressful. This is my cousin. We had like a little art party and I decided to draw her. This is while swimsuit shopping with my mom and my sister. So this was a fun character. This is actually inspired by Jadis, the White Witch from the Narnia Chronicles. And I was just I was on a train and I was thinking about Narnia for some reason, but I was just specifically thinking about Jade. And I was thinking about like her story. Like I wondered how she'd come to be in Narnia. I haven't read the Narnia books or anything. So I like looked her up on Wikipedia and she has a really cool story and like there's this whole spell or this whole other world where she was fighting her sister and she had this spell called Deplorable World that like she destroys everything except her, which is intense. And she's also like half giantess or something. Anyway, that's why she's like 7 feet tall. That's sort of another sort of character design for Jadis. Yeah, I obviously wasn't very happy with this drawing. This is from sort of a little character concept from a little idea I have about a little boy who's like raised with these 3 witches. This is 11 from Stranger Things. I covered this so that it wouldn't get smeared, but it's just kind of the same face. Wouldn't get smeared by this one. That's just a character I created who's a mysterious being who sells people across the lake. I drew my cousin while she was taking a nap on the couch. Figure study, but I was forcing myself to draw men figure studies. Yes, Hamilton. So this is from that song, what is it? Quiet Uptown, when he's sort of singing to Eliza, and I was just like very emotional about it. These are watercolor, just like sort of watercolor practices or studies, I guess. They're like pictures of me that I made look all funky. Let's see, this is Regina Spektor. Sort of character designs. I think they're supposed to be sisters. This is also a character design. A lot of the stuff in this sketchbook is just random character design, which is fine. It's not like I need any focus in my art anyways. Oh, I guess I'll turn this around because there's another little character appearing. So in this sketchbook, I feel like I didn't really achieve the looseness that I wanted as much. Just kind of like the last big sketchbook. I feel like this was during the summer, so I wasn't super focusing, and I was just kind of spewing out characters and things. But I feel like I didn't achieve like the kind of looseness I had in my January through February sketchbooks. I don't know, and I feel like Sorry, it's my cat. Harry Potter, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about this now because I'll just never shut up, but I've been rereading Harry Potter and it's changed my life, pretty much. Maybe I'll make a whole separate video about it because I have many thoughts. This is little doodle I did for getting 1K subscribers. That's insane. Let's see, so anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I feel like something that's happened is that I'm losing looseness but gaining more technical skill. I guess, I mean, looseness in drawing is a technical skill, but I think I'm being a little bit more rigid in the sketchbook, which bothered me a lot. These were thumbnails for a project I did in class. Pen. This was a fun page. So this is a comic. I was listening to Christmas Time is Here. It's from the Charlie Brown soundtrack, and I saw this comment from this guy that was somehow really touching to me. I don't know. He was talking about a memory he had when he was younger, and I just like blew it way out of proportion and drew this super long comic. Move, please. Maybe he wants to sit on my lap. Come on. Okay, let's continue. Anyway, yeah, so it was kind of a personal comic, just kind of embellishing that story a little bit. I mean, it's obviously not exactly how his life is or anything, but I kind of made it my own story, because it was just, you know, you find inspiration in the weirdest places. I followed this artist on Instagram, Feeling Fairyish. I'm sorry it's moving so much, but it's my cat trying to jostle the camera around. So Feeling Fairyish, and I just was sort of drawing in her style because it's so whimsical and beautiful and nice. So I was watching a documentary where there was this woman who was like taking care of this old English manor, I guess, and it was a mess. It was like just complete disarray. They had like 2 people with obsessive compulsive disorder go and like try to clean the house, and like they put 2 people who have the complete opposite problem together. If you see this thing swishing right here, it's my cat's tail. This is from Poe Party, which came out, and I'm obsessed with it, and I love it so much, and Mary Kate Wiles give me some kind of merchandise for Poe Party because I love it so much. Good old Krylo Ren. I say Krylo because he's sad all the time. So as I said, I am rereading Harry Potter. This is Hermione and Ron. I love Hermione, but Ron is kind of my favorite. It's a problem. It's not a problem. And then I tried to draw Ron, but his face got messed up, so I did the thing that artists do. Just covered up all of my mistakes. Mermaids, of course, you can't go through Manon's sketchbook without seeing at least one mermaid. Inktober begins. This was the start of Inktober. So I think I drew, this might be Hermione, but it's just kind of a witch brewing something in a cauldron. This is a comic. Okay, yeah, I guess this is like my Harry Potter sketchbook. There's just like a bunch of Harry Potter stuff in here. This is from that scene in Goblet of Fire where it's the end of the first task after like Ron and Harry are very mad at each other, and then they like make up and Harry's just kind of like, forget it, Ron, and then Ron's like, what? And then Hermione bursts into tears because they're both so difficult, and yeah, that's basically how I felt. This is after the second task, when Percy gets all nervous and like runs into the water after Ron, and I like don't like Percy at all, but that was an adorable moment. And this is like the end. See, that wasn't a very long sketchbook, but yeah, this is a French lady for Inktober, and that is all. My goodness, this is only 40 pages. Anyway, that's the end of this sketchbook.